Hello everyone, please excuse my voice, I'm still recovering from COVID and a chest infection. I'm going to do a reading today using my curiosity, and I've got 4 different varieties of colours and styles, so I thought let's use curiosity and have a look. So this first one, I'll pick up the first one. This is Alice in Wonderland. And so Alice, what you get in the kit, which I'm missing out of my kit, but I'll show you in a second, you get this wonderful mat. Let me bring up our camera a bit. So you get this mat, and the mat is made of washable spandex, and you get matching cards, and there's 18 placements on the mat. There is matching 18 cards, so you'll see the same images. Plus there is also, I've got it in this one, you get, let me show you get the 3 dice, and you also get the same matching charms that match the mat as well. So we would have house there, a house, house charm, and then there's a house card. So we got 3 layers of the same. And people would say, why do you have 3 layers of the same, Karen? I'll say because this system is using those 3 layers. So this one here is, like I said, based on Alice in Wonderland. And I'll show you the other colours as well. And you get a booklet, and in the booklets there is a QR code that you scan, and it actually takes you to all the demos and the secrets in how you use this system. And I'm not going to show you that page because you only get it when you purchase it. So this next one is, I call this Magic and Mystery, and it's very popular because of these lovely turquoise colours. And this one here is the same, and they all have the same placements, numbers. It's just different colour images. It's really whatever you are drawn to, makes no difference whatsoever. So that one is Magic and Mystery, and again you have beautiful high gloss cards that all match the same mat. And then we have the next one I call Charming, and it is a pretty soft pastel coloured one, and this here is soft. You've got pink, green, blue, which I'm going to go through and show you shortly how we use that. And you have, again, your spandex mat, and that's the cards for these beautiful pastel coloured ones. And let me go into the next, and then we have a steampunk one. And the steampunk one is all the rich chocolate brown colours and bits of metal and so on. And they are the cards, so they are darker cards. Like I said, it is steampunk. And the mat is browns and chocolates and so on. And that is the steampunk theme in the mat. Every one of them comes in a tin. Every one of them has the mat, the cards, the charms, and the dice. So now I'm going to show you how you use it. And I'm actually going to use a real life person's question that I was asked. And I'm going to go through and show you what we do. Let me just get that on. Steampunk. I'm actually going to use the turquoise coloured one today. Just put that there. So what you do is you get out your mat and you lay your mat nice and flat. And see the beauty of these? No ironing. They're great, and that's good because they all fit in the tin, and the tin you can then just chuck it in your bag. And the main reason I have these tins, they're screw lid tins, so it doesn't all pop open when it's in your bag or your suitcase or what have you. So how we use it is you lay out your mat, and we then give your cards a good shuffle. You lay your cards face down. Look, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you like. I like to mix it up, and I just tend to put them down randomly. And there's no set defined reasons as to why. I am a card flipper upside down vertical rather than card turner horizontal. It's just the way I'm wired. So the only things you need to look at or remember, so it's not like trying to learn a really difficult, complicated system where you've got to remember every placement, every card, every position and so on. All you need to do, and a good way to start off learning, is what colour is each row. Because this here with the red cup, all of that row is red cup. They are numbered all 1 through to 6. All right? So this one here, 1 through to 6 is the green row, 1 through to 6 is the blue row. And the reason they are all numbered 1 through to 6 is this is a system I designed many years ago when I was working, reading at a restaurant, and we wanted short, fast, sometimes smack in the face answers. And so I based upon traditional card chaining, dice reading, numerology, and colour. So this is why it's laid out this way. It's just there is a method to my madness. So you've got 3 different ways you can start this. Now the question I'm going to ask is, it's a love question, and it's for a gentleman who'd met this lovely lady online through a dating site or something like that, and it's sails along beautifully, but then she pulls back and goes to ground, and it's terrible to try and get communication and so on. So it's really, really getting complicated and a little bit unfair, I suppose, because he's giving everything he can in this relationship, but she keeps just going to ground. So we're going to have a look at this question about, basically about what's the future hold for this relationship if he continues to try and push. So it's a love question. So we could start, if we wanted to, in the house of the heart, which is love questions. So that's one way of starting it. You can also just throw your dice and you add up your dice. So that's 4. We could start in that position. Or you could say, pull a charm mat, and this is where if you memorise the mat you would know. Okay, I've got 2 charms here, ladder. Then I would start in the house of the ladder. But let's just start it on the simple side first by using the dice. So our question, remember, is what will come or what will eventuate if he continues to keep trying. All right, let's throw the dice. We have 5, 6, and 1, 7. So we're going to start in position 7. So just do your counting, right? So now we turn this over and we are reading both layers. So we're reading both the house plus the card on top. So when you're reading card chaining, even in traditional playing card chaining and so on, or the way I do, the method that I know of is I would look at the house as the core structure, and the top layer, what crowns it, would be describing the base, the structure. So we've got the spider. So think about a spider for starters. Intricate web. Spiders' symbology is often females. It can be very complicated females. Can be females that can have almost like predator's the wrong word, but it's almost like selfish behaviour or hidden agenda type behaviour about them. So, it wants to snare its prey and feed off it, basically. So we think of the spider as, and to simplify it, I'd say, yes, complicated female. And this is a love question. The bat here is about what has happened in the past, because we always say bats are shadows of the past. It does also describe very intelligent, in which I know she is, very highly educated lady in very professional role in what she does. But there would tell me again, something or shadows is hanging around with this complicated lady. So the next starting point, we are using this colour and the number. So we come up, it's a red row and it's number 6. So we come up here. We got the house. House, now again, we are now reading the layers. So when we've got the bats, what is the shadows or something around her that may have occurred in the past? And then we've got the house. So the house there is about home and family and security. And in a relationship, this could also be about the security in her relationships, and is it fear of something in the past when you see the house. So this is a green card number 5. So here's our green row, number 5. See how simple we are? We've got the scales. Now, scales, when we are talking of love, is often about balance, equality, and what is fair and open. Because the scale means everything is out on the table. It is transparency. And when I see that on the house, I still would look at that and say, is there something, though, that she is not being transparent about that's going on in her foundation or in her home and family? And there would tell me she probably does need to learn a better balance between, okay, that's family, but I am entitled to have a love life. And this could be where she may struggle with that balance. So green row again, number 6. The ladder. The ladder there would tell me, yes, she needs to overcome obstacles, because ladder is ascension. And it means overcoming obstacles, but it may take a little bit of hard work in what she's doing. And it can be where, though, she is only seeing things from her point of view. She's up there on her own and not looking about the balance or the equality of the relationship. So it's almost like she's perched high and mighty and missing the picture. So blue row, number 3. The ship. The ship is, again, in love, we are looking at distance. We are looking also at emotions, because it is a water symbol. But there it's almost like, is she literally drifting? And in this situation with love, is she drifting away? Because when I see that, it's almost like her own self, she can't see it, and therefore she is literally wandering or drifting away. So 3, red row, number 3. We've got the cane. The cane is about supportive man, and this man is absolutely beautiful and support and trying everything he can. And when I see that there, it means, yes, he is very good at supporting, but how long can this relationship literally limp while he's felt left out in the cold and the distance? So, 1 blue down here. We've got the keys. Now that's very interesting, because cane is masculine energy too. And the key here on the cane would tell me he has multiple options and opportunities. And when I see a key, it would tell me, is it time he opens or presents a new doorway to himself? And a key is, be open with yourself, but also be open for new pathways, new doors, new adventures. For blue, so blue row, and we come back to the spider, which comes right back to her, which tells me it's almost like the moment he backs off and thinks, no, okay, I've had enough, I've lost interest and I'm going to open up a new door. It's almost then does she circle back around and think, oh, have I, missed the opportunity? Which I look at these and even go, I'll cast charms on these as well, but I'd look at the sequence. And the best way to do this is like get a piece of paper and you write down from the start where the sequence is. And starting here, I'd say there is some issues of her past with her own relationships and family, and it has come down to about balance, equality, and it may have been where in her past relationships that there wasn't that openness or a decent balance with her life. I know she had been married and divorced. We also have the ladder here, which again is she so far on this height, she's not seeing, which when I saw the ship tells me straight away, she's not seeing or even considering his emotions, because there is she's pulling back the distancing of her emotions, and no matter how much he tries to say, hey, don't forget me, I'm here, I will be your rock of support and I want to build a future together with you, she's still cold and distant. And I'd look here and say he needs to actually look further afield. I would look at this and say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because I believe there is much more better or bigger things out there for you than what she is giving you. So our charms, we can cast on anywhere of these cards that we turned over. Now, a lot of people ask me, what about these ones not turned over? When they don't turn over, that means they are not necessary symbols to get our answer. So never ever be tempted to turn them over, because it's going to confuse your outcome and your answer. This card chaining I will always link back to exactly where you started, which was the spider. And so we've got a lot of cards here that are not turned over, which tells us they're not relevant. So our charms, you can go along and layer one on every symbol if you want, which let's do that. Or you could end up layering down a couple on the difficult ones if you wanted. But I'm actually just going to put one, hang on, that was my next one, ladder to ladder, and then to there, and then to there. I'm still going in sequence, doesn't really matter. So now I'm reading 3 layers per position. So interesting what comes out though. Again, scales and bat, balance, equality to something that is the shadows of the past. I don't know much about her relationship history, but I'd look at this and say she probably had a really shitty relationship where there was more one-sided than the other. So then we've got here, we've actually got the tower. That's not a house, that's a tower. So the tower or castle often means, again, was there a ruler in the house? Was this something to do with the past here? But the castle, again, is isolation, which is where she's pulling back and she's literally isolating this man, which is insane because he's really gorgeous and he's actually very attractive. So we then moved from there. So our house went to the scales. And again, we've got house, scales, and ship. Ship, again, distancing or cold emotions. Then we go here to camel. Now, the camel is an interesting charm because camel means persistence is key. It can be tired, but it is bumpy ride, which again would tell me bumpy rides where she is, again, up there not seeing or understanding probably what she's doing to this guy. So we then go ladder. We've got spider web here. So again, complicated lady. But again, what is it that she keeps playing with? And I can't help but see like a spider weaving the web. It's almost like, no, I'm going to get you in my clutches. And but then it's almost like torment. Play. It's almost like a mouse playing or a cat playing with a mouse like prey. So we've then got money symbol. Now, money symbol isn't about the green stuff as everybody automatically assumes. The money is a sign of great abundance and things in multiple areas of life. And again, money there would tell me abundant male with a lot of good attributes and things. But again, on the ship would tell me, again, cold or distant emotions. Here we've got the sword. Very interesting when we're combining it with the man himself, the opportunities, because there would tell me, is it time to actually cut the cord and open the door on newer and brighter things? And it's not easy dating this modern day, and it's even worse when you're over even 35, over 35, over 40. It's really a tough gig out there. I hear it all the time. We then come back here to the spider with the horseshoe. And a horseshoe is rapid pace movement. Horseshoe does mean though luck and opportunity, which is silly with the spider because it's almost like, is she going to regret this? I would look at that and say, yep, likely. But I would look, and the advice I will give this person would be, I think it's time you open the door, because I do believe there is other opportunities out there for you that probably can give you more emotion and more commitment and communication of what you are ready for. Because when I look at this, I don't see her ready, and it's almost like a little bit too self-absorbed in order to see his feelings. So that is curiosity. So I hope that helps some people understand it. It is both on my online store and the Etsy shop. And like I said, there's all these wonderful colours, themes and styles. They will all give you very short, blunt, sometimes smack in the head answers. And sometimes that's exactly what we need. So I hope that helps, and thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day or evening wherever you are.